He was just fixing his fence, until the HOA president came storming over, shouting that he was a threat. She called the cops, sued him for harassment, and claimed he insulted her. But when the video came out, the truth flipped the whole neighborhood upside down. It all started on a quiet Saturday morning in a peaceful suburban neighborhood. Birds were chirping, leaves rustled gently in the breeze, and Army veteran Marcus Johnson was finally getting to work on his front yard. Something he'd been putting off for weeks. With his tool belt on and his Bluetooth speaker softly playing old-school R&B, Marcus began fixing a loose fence post. That's when the shouting began. "Stop! You can't do that here." A voice pierced the calm. It was Linda Cartwright, president of the local HOA, but known to most neighbors as Karen. Without greeting or warning, she marched over, clipboard in hand, and began pointing at Marcus. "You're violating HOA rules by using tools outside of approved hours. And your music? Completely unacceptable." Marcus paused, stunned. It was 10:15 a.m., well within HOA guidelines. But Linda wasn't interested in rules. She was interested in control. Marcus calmly responded, "I read the handbook. I'm not breaking any rules, ma'am." That's when things turned ugly. Linda pulled out her phone and began recording. "You're being aggressive and disrespectful," she snapped. "You're threatening me with your tone." Marcus, who served 2 tours overseas, stood there silently, confused but composed. He raised his hands slightly and said, "Ma'am, I'm literally fixing my fence. I'm not here to argue." But Linda was already dialing 911. "I'm being harassed by a man. I don't feel safe," she cried into the phone. Marcus' neighbor, who had heard the commotion, stepped out and began filming the incident with his own phone. Another neighbor joined in, whispering to Marcus, "Don't worry. We've got your back." By the next week, the story had taken a bizarre turn. Linda had filed a formal complaint with the HOA and sued Marcus for harassment and public insult. In her complaint, she alleged that Marcus yelled at her, used intimidating body language, and caused her emotional distress. Marcus, stunned, now faced court dates, legal letters, and unwanted attention, all for fixing his fence. But what Linda didn't know was that multiple neighbors had videos that told a very different story. And Marcus, he had nothing to hide. He posted a short video on his social media. "This is what it's like trying to fix your fence when the HOA president thinks you're a threat, just because of how you look." The video? It went viral. Within 48 hours, local news picked up the story. Veteran harassed by HOA president while doing yard work. The neighborhood exploded with support. Dozens of neighbors came forward with stories about Linda's history of micromanaging, discrimination, and false complaints. The videos clearly showed Marcus doing nothing wrong, just calmly speaking, while Linda grew louder and more erratic. Online support flooded in. Veterans groups, civil rights advocates, and even celebrities started sharing the story. And then boom, the lawsuit was thrown out. The judge ruled it baseless and built on manipulation. He even stated that Marcus was the one who showed restraint and dignity. Linda was fined for filing a false report. And the HOA, they held an emergency vote. The neighborhood voted overwhelmingly to remove Linda as HOA president. It was a rare moment of unity, people of all backgrounds standing up for fairness and truth. Marcus, humble as ever, said in an interview, "I didn't want drama. I just wanted to fix my fence." But this shows what happens when you shine light on what's wrong. He didn't press charges. He didn't sue her back. He simply said, "Let's all learn from this. Respect isn't about power. It's about humanity." Linda, she moved out a month later. And Marcus, he now leads a local community group that promotes fairness and neighborly love. What do you think? Was this justice served or just another example of HOA madness? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this story crazy, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to see the truth, and don't forget to subscribe for more real stories like this one.